What was really crazy is like, because it was late in the season, actually, when we shot this movie, the grass was turning like, brown and whatever, but they had gone ahead and they were using spray to make things green, still be summertime, so it was pretty cool. Like, it was getting really cold. I mean, you had to be like, as if it was really warm and summery, but it was freezing.
Hey, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Let's waste no more time in our Sleepaway Camp panel, and let me introduce to you our favorite camp counselor, Mr. Paul DeAngelo.
Hey, guys. How you doing this morning? Is this on? Okay, cool. You guys have any questions at all?
Well, I'll start with some.
Sure, go ahead.
Coming up on the 40-year anniversary of Sleepaway Camp. Did you ever see yourself still talking about this movie 40 years later after you made it?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, it's been many, many years that, I guess I could take this off here, right? Does it come off or not really? Does it come off?
Yeah.
Thanks, Bobby.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll tell you how it first began, if you guys would like to know, like, I actually got cast in this feature. Going back, like, I was in high school at the time. I was a senior in high school, and what happened was, I went to New York one day, and I used to buy merchandise and sell merchandise, clothing, as a senior in high school. And what happened was, I'm on 8th Street in Manhattan, and I see this, all these umbrellas. Keep on going out? Okay.
You're good.
Okay. You have a live one now?
Here we go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So what happened was, I'm on 8th Street in Manhattan, ready to pick up some merchandise, like some clothing that was selling. I was a senior in high school, hustling merchandise. And I see all these umbrellas, these silver umbrellas. It was new to me. Like, I see a bunch of people around. It was a photo shoot going on. And I stopped with everyone else. There was a crowd of people there. Anyway, after a few minutes, this guy comes over to me and he says, "Hey, you got a portfolio?" I said, "What's a portfolio?" He said, picture. He said, "You know some man over here?" I said, "No, who is he?" "That's a Francesco Scavullo, the biggest photographer in the world." I don't know who he is. Anyway, he says, "You want to take your picture?" He do a portfolio. I said, "Mister, I'm only picking up some merchandise, so, I don't really think about pictures or whatever." And everyone around, they says, like, "Wow, you should go over and meet with him. He is the biggest photographer in the world." So anyway, I make a long story short, I went over to him, met with him and all. I wanted to go and get ahead and be the face for In the Face Products, one of the biggest European lines, like, in Europe and all, like all kinds of lotions and all for men. And I was on all these billboards in Manhattan. Well, I guess months later, I get a phone call again from Scavullo's office to go ahead and go to read for a movie. I says, "I'm not an actor though, man." Like this, "No, it's cool, just go over and all." I go back into the city again, and all these young guys and all, like, in this room. It's a room similar to this, maybe a little smaller than this. And they finally call my name out. It's Paul DeAngelo. I go into the room, and they say, "Okay, would you slate yourself?" I said, "What does that mean?" They said, "Did you go over your sides?" And I said, "My sides, slate." And I don't have no idea. "So aren't you an actor?" I said, "No, I'm not an actor." And he says, like, "You look like the guy, you're the guy on your billboards in Manhattan on 40. I said, "Yeah." They said, "1 second. They went out, they came back in again. They says, "Listen, you're reading for a part in a movie. You know that, right?" I said, "What kind of movie is it?" They said, "It's a campy movie and all." I said, "But you got to realize I'm not an actor." They said, "Tell you what, we're going to have you ad-lib." You know what ad-lib means? I said, "Kind of." They said, "Okay, we're going to give you your sides. Go over them. If you need a few minutes, go over the sides outside the room, and you'll see how you feel with it. Come back in, but just don't be nervous or anything, and everything's going to work out really well." So anyway, I go out, I come back in, I did my sides with them. The next day, I receive a call from Scavullo's office. They said, "Paulie, how'd you make out?" I said, "Well, what?" They said, "The movie you went on yesterday." I said, "I'm not an actor. Nothing happened." I said, I finally got a call back from them, and I wanted getting like one of the starring roles in the movie. That was the first feature I ever did, you know? But from there on, I started doing all the other things as well. I started doing little shows. I like writing, producing, directing. I've done concerts. I always used to work out as well. I was always into bodybuilding. So I think that's really got me into it. Even while we were shooting the feature, I said, like, you know, you mind if I wear my own wardrobe and all? So what I wore, like, you know, in the feature itself were my own things. I mean, I still even have a whole bunch of my clothes as well, too, from Sleepaway Camp. Carol, you have some of the things. Can you bring it up here for a second, please? You know, it's crazy. I mean, like, you know, people always ask me, like, you know, Paulie, like, you know, you still have those red shorts? And yeah, I got all that stuff, you know. I have some of the old stuff, like, you know. Yeah, these are the shorts I actually wore in Sleepaway Camp. My red shorts, like, you know. You know?
Original ones?
Yeah, these are the original ones. You know? And I still have the T-shirt. This is, some of the things have faded out, but like, you know, some from some of the scenes itself.
It still hold up really well.
Yeah, like, you know, this is the T-shirt that I wore. The shorts when I was by, I guess this is what Angela was getting yelled at by the thing, and Meg was yelling at, and I had this outfit on. But I have a whole bunch of the things from, I actually have some pictures too, I think, yeah. Carol brought some pictures with us. Yeah, this scene over here, as you see me over here with Meg and with Angela, this is the outfit I had on at that time. Let me see what else I have here. This is a picture of Paul, I guess it was Paul and Angela. These are the original ones as well. That's the original, that's the first poster, actually, from Sleepaway Camp, the original poster. This was Mel. He was a good guy, man, you know? This was one of the scenes with him as well. This is another picture itself from here. Let's see what else we got here. Here's a whole bunch when Mel is yelling at everybody at the time. These were actually from when we were doing, oh yeah, you want to see something really cool? This is, I think I showed this, you know, to Felissa. This is Felissa. I think she was like 12 years old, 11 or 12 at the time. And that's Jonathan as well, too. There's two. This is school. This is actually schooling they had, because they have tutors up there as well, teaching as well during the time. This is another one from with Mel and myself. This is, I think, at Ronnie's shack. But some pretty cool stuff, you know?
Yeah, you got some treasures.
The gold shirt and the black, that was your opening scene.
Oh, this is the opening scene. Remember, like, you know, Chop Chop? Remember this? I don't know if you guys remember that or whatever. When Ronnie, but, you know, these from the shirts and from when I had gone ahead. This is from when I think the police had come at that time, and I'm talking to the guys.
No, they were loaded.
No, whatever. But this is another one. And this is the van used to pick us up every day from our, from the hotel. But that's Felicia's mom, you know, and Felissa, and I think it was Chris in there, like, you know. I think I was sitting in the front in the van. But it was pretty cool, though. You guys have any questions at all?
Anybody have any questions? I guess I will. We got one back there.
Any deleted scenes that you remember shooting that didn't make the final cut?
No, I don't think so. What was really crazy is, like, because it was late in the season, actually, when we shot this movie, the grass was turning, like, you know, brown and whatever. Mm-hmm. But they had gone ahead and they were using spray to make things green, still be summertime, you know. So it was pretty cool. Like, you know, it was getting really cold. I mean, you had to be like, oh, as if it was really warm and summery, but it was freezing. But it's great. You know something? The cast was awesome, man. All the people that were in it was like really family. It was the first movie that I ever did before, like, you know. And is this too loud? Am I good on this? Okay. It was a lot of fun, man. Like, you know, it was like a big family. Like, you know, I really enjoyed that, you know, doing that feature. But from there, I had gone on to doing other projects as well. Like, you know, I was on a soap opera. I wanted going ahead and I did an off-Broadway show I starred in, Miss President. I played a male nurse who became the secretary to the president and vice president, who were two girls, who were the presidents. And that's crazy during that time. It was funny. It was supposed to become a sitcom, but that never took off. I don't know what happened between them. Then I became the superhero Condor Man, like a lot of people aren't even aware of, like, you know. I got more so into bodybuilding. I started competing in bodybuilding at the time. I haven't been in a gym in a pretty long time. I need to get back in there again. But, you know, I love training and whatever. I live in New Jersey. I'm trying to think of what other things maybe you'd like to know about, like if you wanted to talk about just Sleepaway Camp. Excuse me? Oh, wow. Like, you know, I was speaking to Rob Hilsick, who's the writer, producer, director of the movie. I was talking to him day before yesterday, and he told me, Paul, he just wrote his new script, and I'll be back in that one too. We're getting ready on that. So I told him I'll get back in the gym, start training again, get myself back together again. But, it's a fun industry, a whole lot. A lot of things are going on. I wrote, produced, and directed a movie which will be coming out. It's called Destination Fame. I wrote it a while ago. A lot of things happened in my life, and all. I put things on hold. I lost my mom, and I was really out of it, man. Really depressed on that. But we're getting ready to do the revival of this whole thing on this. I was just with Millennium Pictures as well. They did Rambo. They did the movie White House Down, London is Burning, The Expendables, and Jeff Greenstein is the president. This last weekend, I should say, I was in Florida. I was at his home as well, too. I was with another dear friend and also a partner of mine in another company I own, Mitch Modell, Modell Sporting Goods. So we went down there to Florida, and also Bruce Bendel, who's another partner of mine. We also, I'm one of the owners of a casino in Atlantic City. Not bad for a guy who came from Zero Street, man. When I was little, I had nothing. I mean, literally zero. I lived my mom and dad split up when I was 2, if you want to know a little bit of my background. And when they split up, we moved back to my grandmother and grandfather's house with all my mom's siblings as well. My mom worked in a factory as a laborer, and we really didn't have anything. At the age of 4 years old, there was an argument in my grandmother's house, and out we went in the middle of the night. So I lived with different families from 4 to 11. My mom didn't give me away. She says, Paulie, man, I'm going to be working, man, and we have nowhere to live really, whatever, but I'm going to put you with some other people I know until I was 11 years old. At the age of 11, my mom said, Paulie, I got a place for us. My mom used to take care of the people to take care of me from different families. I lived all over the country. But it was embarrassing. Went to the Salvation Army at Christmas time. It was horrible. But anyway, it made me who I am today. We're all the same, man. So don't let anyone ever tell you can't make dreams a reality. It's like working out. You go to a gym the first day, I'm sore. Next day, you're even more sore, but you continue this. Well, you work out, and then after months going by, you look in the mirror, you say, wow, it's starting to progress. No pain, no gain, so you make it happen, You can't run away from yourself. You'll always be there when you get there. So pursue your dreams. People tell you can't make it, follow those dreams. Today, a guy who had nothing, from a guy who had cardboard, and literally cardboard in the bottom of my shoes. People gave me clothes to wear, shoes, pants, shirts. I was sewing from when I was 7 years old. That's the truth, man, since I was 7. So if you gave me a thing to sew, even my girlfriend is over here as well, Carol, she'll tell you I could sew better than a sewing machine. So, so if you need anything sewed, just call me, man. I'll take care of it for you. But just to pursue it, man, I went ahead. I got into more or less doing more features. I was hustling merchandise, as I told you. I got into liquidations. I started buying little stores up, bigger ones and bigger ones. Before you know it, I was getting calls in other movies. I did a ton of features, A Major Move, Las Vegas Lady, Hang Tough, Dream House, Sleepaway Camp, Silent Madness, a whole bunch of projects and all. I started writing, producing, and directing as well at this time. I know zero about technology, but today I own 2 technology companies. I don't text anyone. I'll forward messages and all. I don't email anyone. I'll forward you things. People who know me, they know how I am. People who run my facilities as well, too. Like, I just more or less, they're always on me. Paul, you got to go ahead and text. I have one of someone who I'm mentoring as well, too, sitting with Carol over there, Michael. Michael just finished high school last year, came out of high school, and he's running actually one of our facilities already. Got him in a movie in 1 year. Bright guy. Now, real quiet, real good guy, man. But he has a photographic memory. He came in to read for a part for me, more so in the commercial we were doing. And within months, I got him a part in the movie. So, it's crazy. Whatever your dreams are, you have to pursue them, follow them. Whatever you want to do, it's out there for us, Is there any questions at all?
Don't be afraid.
Not counting the final scene, what was the craziest thing that happened?
Something? People always ask me about that final scene. How'd I react when I saw Angelo as a boy? When we shot the movie as well, I was looking into a camera. There was no one there. It was 2 different days it was shot on. So I really didn't even know much about it. I told you, it was the first movie I ever did, so I didn't even read the script. I was only going over my own sides as well, too, which I learned which sides were at the time then. But I only was looking over my own part. I had no idea about really how it was going to look, but I didn't even know what I was really looking into, because nothing was there. It was only a camera, so whatever they shot that at that time, It's crazy. Like, even for continuity, when you shoot a feature, you think like, wow, you're shooting scene by scene just as it's going, but everything's out of sequence when you're going ahead and shooting a feature. There was one scene that we had gone ahead. When I had gone ahead, I think it was when I went into the kitchen and I walked through the door, and I guess it's with the cook who was in there. And I said, what's going on over there? Whatever happened in that scene? But from the time before I walked in the door, you saw me for like 1 second and go through the door, that was a month later. So I got my hair cut just then, in between. So I says, my hair going to be shorter and all, but it all worked out really well. And with continuity, people follow to go. In making a movie, it's kind of crazy. When you shoot a script itself, when you're shooting a feature, everything's out of sequence. And there's always someone following to make sure your collar is the same in the next scene, same expressions. But, I learned a lot on there, More so than anything, I'm a visionary. I make dreams a reality. I always go ahead, I just don't want anyone to come to me. I love making people's dreams become a reality. But I don't want anyone's other dreams to become my nightmare, you know what I'm saying? So if you're willing to go ahead and go through these stakes and pains of going ahead to make your dreams a reality, it'll happen, man. Always believe in yourself. Don't let anyone ever make you go ahead and feel like, oh, man, like you can't do it. Because you can do anything you really want to do. There's all kind of paths to find, to follow. And you guys have any questions?
I have a question right here.
Will they create more sleepaway camps?
Yes, I told you the day before yesterday. Yeah, so they're getting ready now on this. They started going over, Rob started going over my character as well with me. I was on the phone, it's by my pool at home. And there's going to be another one. Yep. They're in negotiation right now as well, like for distribution because the key is not just shooting the feature. When you shoot a movie, people think, wow, man, he shot, it's great. The real part comes in is when they do the editing. That's going ahead. When they edit the movie, they're making that magic happen as well. Some of with the special effects that are coming into it. It's just all kinds of crazy things that go on, though. But it's a lot of fun, though, A lot of times, I see sometimes the writer should be the director and the producer. Well, the writer should be the director, because the writer, when he writes something, he knows what he envisions. So he directs the DP, the director of photography, the guy who lights it and everything else. When he lights it, like if it's a comedy, everything's bright. It's light, it's lit, dramas and more or less thrillers, suspense, features, horror features, shadows, dark and whatever. So the DP, he's really the key person on here with the director. Those two more or less they work hand in hand, you know?
There's also a documentary in the works as well. Are you going to be part of that as well?
Yes, and also there's a book coming out.
A book?
Yes, if you guys look, Jeff Hayes, who actually Jeff's is a real good guy. If it wasn't for Jeff, I don't think Sleepaway Camp really would have got the recognition it had gotten. This guy, he loves the feature, a real good guy, man, like, you know, he just wrote a book. It's Sleepaway Camp. Do we have anything on it? I think it's on my phone. Carol, if you could go to my phone, please. Jeff sent it over because I'd really want them to see it. Just see if you see anything from Jeff Hayes. But it's gotten great reviews and all. It's a hardback, you know. It's going to be online, and also you could go ahead. There's going to be, personal appearances.
Is it like a picture book and stuff, and like interviews from the whole cast? That would be really cool.
From everyone. That's what they did, though. Yeah, it's 200 and something pages. It's a real.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes,
that's a nice surprise.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So Jeff Hayes, if you check it out, it's the whole story about Sleepaway Camp, the making of it, and all, like, you know, interviews. As a matter of fact, they came to my home as well. They videoed some stuff. He had gone over to a lot of other people, I'm sure, that he had gone ahead and he interviewed as well. But there's a lot going on with it, like, you know, and, you know, we get calls, I mean, continuously from all parts of the world. I mean, wherever we go, from in Germany, from in Italy, whatever, people like, Ronnie, Sleepaway Camp. It's funny, man. Like, you know, sometimes if we're in a mall or whatever, like, you know, Carol will say, like, these people are staring at you, Paulie. I said, I don't know, it's probably someone they know or whatever. And then they finally come over. Sleepaway Camp, right? Sleepaway Camp made a big name for itself. Like, you know, that was really...
It's the definition of a cult classic, honestly.
Yeah,
and,
like, you know,
it holds up so well all these years later still. Like, so many young audiences are still being introduced to it. Like, that's a go-to horror movie.
Yeah, like, you know, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I was really surprised, you know, when I went to first see it, the movie, it was nuts. And the people who actually did the distribution of the feature, they called me. I made a lot of guest appearances all over the country. They were flying me all over.
That's awesome.
For the opening, the original, for the movie itself, when it first
the premieres and stuff.
Yeah, so, like, you know, we threw a humongous party as well. I threw it out really for the whole cast. I was doing pretty well then, so I started making some money. But I threw a real big party over. It was at Penage in New York City, and I know it's pretty far away, but let me see. Maybe you could see this, Bobby. Could you open this up, make this a little bigger? If you can make it bigger. This is and where's it? What does this say?
It's called Sleepaway Camp: The Making of the Movie and Reigniting the Campfire. By Jeff Hayes. By
Jeff Hayes. So if you go also to, let me put this down just for 1 second. If you could just hold on for 1 second.
Sure.
This is, Jeff had gone ahead. I have the T-shirts out there, some scenes from the movie. But where is it? SleepawayCampMovie.com. If you go there, you'll check it out and you'll see the books coming out. Where to see it. It's going to be at Barnes & Noble. It's going to be all different places, all bookstores.
Are you going to be attending the book signings?
Yeah, they already asked me to do an itinerary on this.
That's awesome, yeah, so keep an eye out. I would love to see this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, so I'm waiting to see the book as well myself. Any other questions?
Are you going to sell the t-shirt at your table?
Yeah, you know what? In all honesty, I don't like selling anything. I love to give things out. And that's why I didn't make a lot of appearances, just do autograph signings at first. Because the first couple of times I did it, I didn't charge anyone. And it wasn't fair to the other people because, I mean, that's what they do, man. They sign, that's only the right thing to do. I mean, they're making trips over here. They're seeing their fans. But I guess that wasn't a mindset with me. Like, you know, my motto's always been sharing is caring. So help people. You know what I'm saying? You know? And everyone knows me for this as well too, but
very humble of you.
No, I'm no big deal. I'm just a regular guy who's been blessed, you know. And I love all the fans out there. We're all the same, man. Like, you know, I was just fortunate enough to go ahead to be pulled into the movie, man. To be called, and I read for it. So God shined His light on me, man. Like, we always go ahead and, you know, we're all brothers and sisters in this world. None of us above each other, you know. So. People ask, like, wow, man, I'm too old to be in a movie. I'm too young to be in a movie. I don't look right for it. You're never too young or too old, man. We're all the same, man.
Achieve your dreams and become who you want to be, you know?
That's it, always, man. whatever you want, it's out there for all of us. But it got to be some more questions, no?
I mean, you've told us so much already.
I hope I'm not boring you guys,
No,
So
not
that's
at all.
why, as I was saying before I wasn't charging anyone, and a few of the people I was approached by, they said, you're making us look bad, and as in, like, you got to charge something. So anyway, I actually was called to do 2 signings in Canada in the last couple of weeks. I didn't go. I was supposed to go to Germany to sign. I didn't go. There's all kinds of things. There's always conventions going on continuously. I usually don't go, but speaking to my girl as well, to my girlfriend Carol, she called. She says, like, get something for it. If it's covering the cost of the goods or whatever, I don't want to take from people. So, so we're going to be selling them, but be cheap though, at least it covers something. But we got T-shirts, we have all kinds of things out there.
Well, make sure you go check out the table.
You know something?
He's literally
It's like
right
2 blocks
outside
from
the
here.
door. Yeah, it's like literally right outside the door.
Yeah, so right now, I wrote a screenplay, as I told you, Destination Fame. I don't have it here with me, but anyway, I wrote this movie a while ago, but I actually did it as a brand. So I invented a game, a board game, it's gonna be a video game coming out. We have our own magazine, record label, the whole trip. I guess all you guys have seen like some of these shows like The Voice, America's Got Talent, all these different shows. And what happens is they only have 1 winner per season. I own a network. We're actually launching it. If you Google, you get a chance, Google World Entertainment Broadcasting, web television, real television network. It's being ready to launch. And it's broadcast, cable, internet, streaming, every platform there is. But it's going to be, all the major networks, what they own is airtime. When people go ahead and they say they go to watch American Idol or whatever the show may be, there's only 1 winner per season on these things, but they do not own ABC, CBS. They do not own content. They do not own shows. What they own is the airtime. I've gone ahead, I own a network now, and I own all the content. But what I've done is I've brought a lot of people together who are really good, didn't ask for any investments, 0 investments, but even I've given people shares in it as well. Sharing is caring, remember that. People said no. Like for example, Michael, come here for 1 second, please. Michael, we've been mentoring him as well too. This is a young guy who, as I told you, finished high school, he came to read for something. But Michael, just come up here 1 second, Michael, if you don't mind. Michael's, he's a shy guy, but he's a real good guy. Michael came to read for a commercial we were shooting. And I gave sides to everyone, okay? They were reading and all. And I said, I know you just need a little bit of time to go ahead to go over your sides. But I said, if any of you, man, feel like when you're ready, let me know. Handed it to him. He looked like this. Handed it back. He said, I'm ready. I said, no, you got to read I'm fine. He has a photographic memory. He's really shy, doesn't say much. We've brought him with us as well. My girlfriend, myself, we brought him on different seminars we did, conventions and whatever, not any art conventions, other different things we've done. But he's been around with me now, put him on movie sets. But Michael, how's it been so far? Just speak to the people as well. You've been around me for a few months now.
It's been awesome. Paulie is the best. It's a learning experience, and coming out of high school, I was always into the arts. I'm a theater kid at heart, and Paulie gave me an opportunity that I could never have asked for or even ever predicted was going to be handed to me. Paulie gave me an opportunity that changed the way I saw people and everything. I was in a really, I don't want to say a dark place. I don't want to sound depressed or anything, but Paulie changed my life. He really did. He gave me an opportunity that I could have never predicted was going to be given to me. Thank you, Paulie.
No, he's a real good guy.
That's beautiful.
He's a special guy, man, And this is Carol. This is the girl with... Come up here for a second. No, Carol, come here for 1 second. She's shy. She's out also. She executive produces all the things that I've ever done. She's my partner in life, partner in all my projects as well that we have, companies that we own, like basically, worldwide. And, as I said, sharing is caring. It's important. If more people more or less shared, we wouldn't have all this chaos, at least not as much, man, in this world, and, so many beautiful people out here, and like today, this is I can't even explain to you, man. I'm an emotional guy, man, so, but it's, I wish I could explain what's in my heart. I see people, come over with big smiles on their faces. I feel so good, man. I wish I could do more for them and help people, But the entertainment business, to get back to it, if you look up World Entertainment Broadcasting System, that's going to be our new television network. And all the channels you'll see on here, there's the horror channel, it's going to be like a Netflix on that part. That's the subscription base. The other part is going to be like with an entertainment channel. The entertainment company is Destination Fame. So we're going to be casting for movies, for commercials, producing our own concerts, our own movies, all kinds of things. And, you guys are all welcome to, tune in and check it out, be part of it, and there got to be some things you got to ask about Sleepaway Camp. Am I up here too long?
We're running out of time a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I never did.
You've been telling us so many amazing stories already, so I feel like you're answering all the questions that are about to be asked.
Oh, really? Okay.
But no, seriously, the movie itself, it's such a, timeless classic. Do you have a favorite, part of it? What was your favorite scene to film? What was your favorite, part of, being in, the community? And
the favorite part, let's see. I love the whole thing, to be honest. It was just exciting to me. I didn't know what to expect when I first went to see it.
It was a lot of people's first film, including yourself.
Oh, yeah. It was my first movie. I mean, as I said, I let them know when I read for the movie as well. I went over my sides, I didn't know what I was doing. But it was a lot of fun, man. It was pretty exciting.
You did an amazing job, so that doesn't show that you were nervous.
Thank you.
Any stories about Robert Earl Jones?
Oh, wow. Robert Earl Jones, great guy. That was James Earl Jones' dad. Great guy, man. All these people were a lot of fun to work with. Even I know we did a sequel as well of Return to Sleepaway Camp. There was Isaac Hayes in Return to Sleepaway Camp. I'm thinking of some of the other people. Greg Raposo. I don't remember all the people who are in it, man. I never even saw the last one, to be honest. I never even saw the movie. There's a whole bunch of features I did, which I was in a TV series, Today's FBI. I never saw a whole bunch of them, But
the first one was the one to see. Honestly.
The first one is the classic.
Yeah, that's the one that still holds up.
And all the people were so nice. I can't explain how how exciting it was of us all working together and all, and there was magic at that time. There was no.
Tell about the scene when you said in the kitchen with the cook and they spilled the water on him.
Oh, you know what?
His face bubbling out. Well, we saw how it was made. You would not believe
So what happened was, what Carol was saying, what happened was on that scene, when they were cooking or whatever, he was cooking, I think it was the corn, and there's this humongous pot, if you remember the movie itself. But the pot itself, really, there was nothing on the bottom of it. It was only this high, just the top, and what they did, they put these prosthetics on his face, these were like plastic, all around his neck, and they had these tubes going from around him, and when he was lying on the floor, you saw him screaming. Yes, I know, not a pallet. You want to come and tell a story, Kat? Okay, thanks. What happened, he was lying on the floor, and on the floor it was more so a sheet of plywood, and they had it elevated a little bit, but underneath it they had tubes running, and they were actually pumping in these tubes going around this prosthetic around his neck, milk into it, so it was bubbling up and all, it was a little crazy, yeah. But everybody was so nice. I'm trying to think of some of the real crazy scenes that were in there.
It's good to know that it was a positive experience filming for everybody, because I know that everybody kind of still talks to each other a little bit. People, y'all still see each other at the conventions and everything.
Yep. The one I actually speak to is probably Felissa. She always calls me. Jonathan,
We all love Felissa. Everybody
Yeah? Jonathan speak to. I'm trying to think who else. There aren't many people I really see from the movie, to be honest. But like, you know, I mean,
I recently came across Judy. I found Judy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's been hiding for a while, but now she's back out there.
That's awesome, man. You know, there was another girl who was in the movie as well, Catherine Cammie, who actually played Meg. She was on another soap opera.
Yeah, she was on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, she was on another one. So, like, you know, but I remember her being in there. And Mel, he was a great guy, you know. All the people were nice, man. You know, Robert Earl Jones was a great guy, though. I love that guy. All these people were nice. But if there's any other questions?
It's actually time to wrap it up.
Okay, hey guys, it was really nice, man, coming up here.
Yeah,
I wish you the
seriously,
best,
thank you
man.
so much for all the stories.
No, thank you, Bobby. Really appreciate it. Thanks,
It was
guys.
amazing hearing all of your experiences and thank you so much for
Make
being
those
here.
dreams a reality, man. It's out there.
Hey, this is Alex Malari Jr., and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Your Emperor commands it. Thanks for watching.